It is O'Day Osborne who's coming off a hard-fought win over Charles Johnson. Now, you've had a couple days to reflect. I imagine heal up a little bit, maybe go back and watch it. Talk to me about how you're feeling about the performance on the night.
No, I feel great. Honestly, I gave every fiber of my being to that fight. So I have nothing but, good feelings. Honestly, there's nothing bad I could say. I did everything possible to get that win.
Yeah, man, you said everything possible. I mean, as you guys were walking out of the cage, Dewey Cooper, it was so clear how proud he was of you, and he kind of leaned over to me and he was like, "Man, we had to scratch and claw for that one. We had to take everything." So, man, I guess to you is that I mean, I don't know, does that do wonders for the confidence or wonders for the belief to know that when you get in the trenches like that, you can pull it out?
It really does, though, because you know what really saved the day? It was those mountain runs that Dewey Cooper had me doing on the weekends. Running those Mount Charlestons, man. Just hard work. And he kept saying every time we run, he would say, "You know what? I don't care if you run it as slow as possible. Just do not quit and do not let the mountain conquer you." And in that fight, I had those same adversities where I was just like, "Man, I'm so tired." But I was like, I'm so tired, but you know what? I've been through this before, O'Day. We've been here before. We've been here before. Come on, we're gonna push till the wheels fall off. And that's what I did. And Dewey was so proud because he saw in my fight the moment where, I kind of broke through the threshold and just kind of just was just going, 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 going.
That's awesome, man. It's funny because you'd like to go in there just dominate, right? Throw one punch and you're done. But it feels like fights like these are the ones that kind of really build your character. You know what I mean? That show you what you're capable of doing. So I know these are important. And I just want to point out for people that don't know, in Las Vegas, Mount Charleston's a little bit outside. I mean, you can go up in the mountains. There's snow, and I see you're doing these like 6 and 7 mile runs into
Yeah,
elevation. I mean, and you're doing
yeah.
this every weekend.
Yeah, yeah. Every weekend's a new mountain. Mount Charleston is the last one. So we go Red Rock, and then we go Spring something Mountain, and then Mount Charleston is the last one. It's definitely grueling, but man, did it pay off in the end? It really
That's
paid off in
awesome.
the end
That's
because that guy was a Olympic cross country runner. So he had the cardio, and if I can break an Olympic cross country runner in the third period, I can break anybody.
well said. This partnership with Dewey Cooper, man. It seems like this is big for you right now. I guess talk to me about like how that's working out. I mean, does this feel like something that's going to be big for the remainder of your career?
100%, 100%, man. And it's almost like finding the right blacksmith to carve your tools. You know what I'm saying? And I've been searching. Oh man, I've been just. I don't even want to talk about it, man. I don't even. It's been such a up and down battle finding the right blacksmith. You know, um, and when my first coach died in a
Mm.
motorcycle accident, I never thought that I'd find another person to replace him. And I get to a place where I'm like, oh, this coach is kind of like my first coach. And then I get laid down and I'm like, okay. And I get to another place and I'm like, oh, okay, this coach is kind of like him. And then, I find out that they don't give a shit about me. And then I'm like, oh, this coach is like, and it's just, oh man, it's been a long journey, man. It's been a long journey. I'm very happy to be with Dewey because he doesn't care about anything else besides making me a world champion. He don't care about money. He don't care about hype. He don't care about women. He don't care about nothing other than making me a world champion. He don't care about nothing, and that's all. Like I'm like, man, this guy puts his all into me, and I gave up drinking because of that. I even after my fight, I didn't touch it. Liquor, alcohol. I haven't
Wow.
drank in months, and that's new for me. But the reason why is because I saw when I first went to Dewey, I saw how much he put into me, and I was like, you know what? This man is putting so much into me. I do not want to waste his time. You know,
Mm.
so I left that behind me.
Well said, man. Well, that's a great partnership, man. I'm looking forward to seeing the fruits of your labor. So let me ask you. I know you're not one that's ever going to make an excuse, and it wouldn't even be an excuse because you won. But I was kind of
Mhm.
joking during the fight. I'm like, look at O'Day out here setting history, being the first man to ever take the full 5 minutes he's allowed with the growing shot. Uh, But I'm kind of wondering, I mean, as I watched you, that didn't necessarily seem like it was just a strategic take of 5 minutes, man. It looked like you were really affected and impacted by that blow. So can you bring me back to just how hurt you really were?
Man, you know what? I was a little bit um I don't know, I was a little bit bothered because I feel like, like the ref wanted me to like just come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like he wanted me to just go. And I was like, Dewey looked at me. He's like, nope. He's like, whenever you're ready, man, whenever you're ready. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Let me for the first time in my life, I put my ego aside and I was like, you know what? We're gonna do this right. We're gonna do this right. This is my 7th fight in the UFC. I've been through so many trials and tribulations. We're here now, and we're gonna do this right. We are mature, and it's time to grow up, O'Day. It's time to grow up and level up.
That's awesome, man. It's a mature decision, man. Because I think you're right. I love that you said put your ego aside, because that's what it feels like to me most
Mm-hmm.
time. Is like guys like, oh no, I got to go right back in there. It's like, no, bro, you
Mm-hmm.
got 5 minutes for a reason. Take that
Yeah,
time and
yeah,
recover for yourself.
yeah, man. And it paid diligence. It paid, and not just that, but and then in the second round, I got this nasty eye poke. Like just, I'll send you a picture of that. Like the poke and the like his he kind of did like a Wing Chun, like the knuckle and the thumb went in my eye. So this thumb went in this eye, and the knuckle split me right open. Michael Bisping was like, oh, that's the or Dominic Cruz was like, oh, that's the elbow. No, it wasn't the elbow that split me. The elbow caught me like in the back right here. It
Right.
was the knuckle is what split my eye open. And so
That's
I was
crazy.
like one eye like a pirate in there, you know what I mean? I'm gonna take you. Arr.
That's amazing, man. Well, listen, it was a close fight. I mean, obviously, round one you, round two him, round three competitive as hell. Were you confident? Were you nervous? What were you feeling when it came time to hear that judge's decision?
I was content. I
Hmm.
I I was in the feeling of, you know what, God, I gave everything. If I am to lose and that is not your will for me, then I will accept it. If I am to win and it is what your will for me, and I am grateful for it. And whatever that decision is that you make, uh I'm here for it. And that was my mindset. I was just content because there was nothing left to give, man. I gave it all,
That
you
is
know.
one hell of an answer, man. I love hearing that. That's a hell of an answer. So I guess talk to me about what you've been doing since. You don't strike me as a big like a bunch of time off kind of guy, but
I'm
I mean
not. I'm
I
not.
know you got to recover. So I guess what's been going on?
Whenever like I have a little bit of blurry vision just in this eye, like not too bad, just kind of because I have a little scratch. Whenever like this these stitches get healed up and stuff like that, you can see it,
Yep.
Um, and the kind of my vision comes back, which the doctor said they'll probably be like a couple weeks, maybe a week, another week. Every day's been getting better, so one more week. But I don't know. We'll see. I have no idea, man. I have no idea. We'll see.
I love it. Hey, I wanted to ask you. You posted on Twitter today, which I thought was really cool. The story of the sword work that you do before the fights, man. And I had no idea that's what that was about. I think that's amazing. And I just wanted to ask you. I mean, have you done that for every fight of your career? And when did that story become something that you were aware of that you wanted to kind of represent in there and become meaningful to you?
Well, I was talking to Vince Morales once, and I was like, man, I need to figure out something where the fans can like be like, man, that is Ode Osborne, that's his thing. You know what I mean? But I didn't just want it to be random. I wanted it to be meaningful, and I came up with the ninja because in Jamaica back in the day, when we were enslaved, the Maroon soldiers, sorry, the Maroon tribe, they would like help like slaves like escape at night. They would go down to the plantation and kind of like fight the slave owners and free like a lot of the slaves, and just liberate a lot of people in Jamaica. And so I thought that was a very powerful thing, and I was like, okay, that's I was like, I didn't need to tell anybody. That's my first time telling people why I did that. I was just like, it was for me. It wasn't for the fans. It was for me. And I was like, you know what? I'll let them know this time why I'm doing it, because I've had people ask me about, like, oh man, that's cool. Is that Naruto or is that an anime? You know,
Yeah.
and I was like, so I was like, you know what? Let me tell them, because
Ah.
I don't want anime getting the credit for, you know.
No, I agree. I do. I'm so glad you shared it, because I think it makes it just so much more powerful. Like you said, I mean, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, he must be an anime guy, or must, and to share that story, man, I think that just it'll mean so much more every time I see you do it from now
Mhm.
going forward. So I think that's awesome that you shared it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
No worries, man. All right, well, listen, I'm gonna let you have some free time, go heal up. But I guess we got any podcasts coming up soon? I mean, until you get
Oh
back in the
yeah,
cage,
we
what's going
definitely.
on?
Hey, I'm gonna leak this just for you, just for you.
All
But we
right.
got a nice one coming up with It won't be on mine, but I'm gonna ask them to share it on my YouTube channel. But it's with Joaquin Buckley, Jamal Hill, and Brad Tate. We're doing a episode number 2 with that one. So
Yep.
that one's coming in the works. I'm also gonna have Forrest Griffin. I'm gonna have Misha Tate. I'm gonna have probably Cody Garbrandt on there. You know, I have some good stuff in the works, man. Me and Cody been getting rounds in too. Like, hey, Cody ready. He's ready. He's ready. We've been getting those rounds in.
I love it, man. That's great to hear. Is
Yeah.
that have you guys been working together long, or is that kind of a
Yeah.
new
Oh,
partner?
my whole camp. My whole camp. And
Wow,
I'm a lefty too, so it works out perfect. You know what I'm saying? And
that's
he's fighting
awesome.
a lefty, so it works out. My whole camp, we've been getting those rounds in, man. So that boy is. Y'all gonna see. You guys are gonna see. You'll see. And this is his first camp with Dewey Cooper too. This is Cody Garbrandt's first camp with Black Cobra. So I think they'll see some different stuff.
I love it. That makes me even more excited for this weekend. I mean, you don't have to need extra reasons to get excited to watch Cody Garbrandt fight, right? I mean, that guy
Right.
always brings it, but that adds a little
Yeah.
flavor to it.
Yeah. And then we got Javed. Sorry, not Javed. Farid Basharat on our team as well is fighting this weekend. So Dewey's got his hands full. Both those guys though are ready. You know, Farid is ready. You know what I mean? Like, man, it's. I'm excited. I'm excited.
I love it. Well, continued success for Dewey Cooper, obviously a legend of the sport, and your guys' team is coming together. So looking forward to that. O'Day, I'll let you get back to it. I appreciate you carving out some time, man. Congratulations on the victory. And
Thank you.
as you know, man, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next with you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.